Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. It is a Monday, a Monday of all Mondays. It's a different time. It's a different time in football. It is a different time in sports entertainment, really. I don't even know what to say. It's a Monday. Like, I usually on Mondays, by the way, start off by saying where I was right, where I was wrong. But I think we've got to go straight to the issue of all issues. We'll start off talking about Leo Messi. I'll tell you where I was right, where I was wrong. The Springboks, they did the right thing. What a weekend. What a hell of a weekend it is for sport. European football in ruins. What's going on there? What's actually potting? We'll talk about that and much, much more. And I'm not alone in discussing that. I'm with the most Zulu man in Santon, Santos. What's going on, pal?
How's it, buddy? How
Yeah.
you doing?
Long weekend. You were out there living that 5-star life, eh?
No, it wasn't 5-star life, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah? Tell us about your weekend, pal. Let's
I
not
know,
be shy. We don't.
Went away, went out of Joburg. It was nice, actually.
Where did you go?
Went to Dino Gang.
Okay.
Saw some animals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd you stay? Was it one of those
No, it was like 5-star camping.
5-star camping?
It was
Okay.
fun, though.
I've just seen what Paulo's face did there. On his left, a man who is the president of all things Portuguese and Portuguese.
By the way, it's Tuesday as well.
Oh, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What does it all mean anymore?
The poor man's Monday.
The poor man's Monday. Paulo, I saw what your face did there for... it's called glamping, I believe. 5-star camping. Your thoughts?
He undersells it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just a thing.
Yeah.
Bush. 5-star camping.
Yeah, I mean, come on, pal. I could see. Hey, 5-star camping. What does that mean? You get the.
I'm not criticizing, by the way. I'm not in for camp. I'm doing 5-star camping. I'm doing glamping.
Yeah.
I'm not setting up a tent. You know,
Exactly.
you see these guys set up tents. You're like, there's better ways to spend life. Like, honestly, there's some that pop up.
Yeah.
But there's the ones you got to put in the sticks.
But then again, that's not what irks me. It's having to take it down, and like now everything that you came with doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit back in.
So
much things to carry. Take me somewhere where everything's there.
Yeah,
that's what it was like.
That's what I'm like.
You bring yourself, you bring your food. There's electricity there.
It's the Netflix of outdoor life.
Yeah, bro, and you just leave it like the way you found it.
And not even Netflix, like one screen SD.
Yes.
It's like multiple screens, 4K. It's that Netflix. Because one screen SD is you making your own tent.
Yeah, I got you.
No.
And you're having none of that.
No.
Now you guys are overselling it. Like, yeah, it's cool, but
Okay, Senzo. Living the good life. And listen, while you were gone, stuff was popping off in Europe. Some guy called Leo Messi unemployed. Springboks are winning. Did you even watch the rugby?
yeah, I did.
All right, so you did all the right things. Listen, we're going to talk about all of this and much, much more. What a weekend. I mean, so much has happened. So all of that and much, much more coming up after this. All right, as I do every Monday, let's get into it. Where I was right, where I was wrong. Plenty happening this weekend. We'll start off with where I was right. It's been, NFL's back. It's all cooking now. It's all cooking. So let's get straight into it. Give me some of that music. Let's get into where I was right, where I was wrong before we get into the massive news that has just dropped. Okay, where I was right. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys are done. Dak Prescott is... Listen, the guy's injured now, and that's a problem at quarterback because the Dallas Cowboys have nothing else to follow. By the way, they're playing a guy called Tom Brady. You heard of him? He is the first fixture because they got 3 preseason games. They got to get it dead right. Dak Prescott now, he's got a foot injury, had the shoulder injury. We know what happened last season. It's a disaster. The Dallas Cowboys. And by the way, that's going to be on Amazon Prime. That's going to be incredible watching. Where I was wrong, I didn't think I'd ever see this again. Romelu Lukaku is back at Chelsea. Man, it is. I usually trust Roman. What's gone wrong? Why have you gone back to a guy who wasn't good enough for Man United, wasn't good enough for you, kind of worked at Everton, West Brom, what was going on there? I don't know what's going on. Serie A is a joke. I don't know what Lukaku's doing back for a club record fee. But I was wrong. He's back. I've got that one wrong. Where I was right, Arsenal are a joke. Arsenal are hilarious. They are rubbish. That performance against Spurs is Arsenal's first team. That's Spurs' B+ team. That was embarrassing, and that should have mattered a bit more. If Arsenal get into the top 8, they're lucky. Aston Villa for real. Aston Villa for real now. They've lost Grealish, but listen, you don't say they've gotten stronger because you lose a guy, a talisman. It's impossible to replace that. But Aston Villa for real. Arsenal 9th or 10th. It's now that you've confirmed it by what I saw on the weekend. Where I was wrong, we'll get into this in a little bit. Leo Messi has left Barcelona. It's unthinkable. It is unthinkable. Paul McCartney is not supposed to leave the Beatles. It's not supposed to happen. It's just not the way it's supposed to go. I may be too shocked because I still love football from a romantic point of view, but Leo Messi leaving Barca is just unbelievable. Where I was right, Tammy Abraham isn't good enough for a top 6 club in England, right? He's not. It's not to say he's a terrible footballer, but he's not Chelsea. Olivier Giroud on his last legs was twice the player that Tammy Abraham was. I don't care what you tell me. That one season, it was Lampard and the enthusiasm of the new kids, and really Mason Mount carried that, let's be honest. I like Tammy Abraham. It's just there's levels in the top 6. Romelu Lukaku's actually not good enough to be in the top 6 in England. Not in this league. Tammy Abraham, I wish him the best at Roma. It's going to be tough because he's grown up at Chelsea where it's been a lot of coddling, right? A lot of coddling. They would have looked after him at Chelsea. And now he's going to a guy called Jose Mourinho, who Cristiano Ronaldo eventually couldn't work with. Good luck, Tammy Abraham. I hope he banks all the goals in Serie A. So I was right there. He's just not good enough to be here. Where I was wrong, FFP being relaxed means PSG are unstoppable. Because they have 2 teams that are good enough to compete in any league at any time. They're going to have a midweek team and they're going to have a Champions League team. I was talking to the boys in-house earlier. They're going to have Julian Draxler, right, as a water boy. He had, 5 years ago, Julian Draxler was the pick above Mesut Ozil globally. People were telling me this is the next one. It's a phenomenal thing. PSG are unstoppable. UEFA powerless to stop it. We knew that all along, but you picked who you picked. Where I was right, Test cricket's dead. England, India should be a big deal. Listen, cricket is in my consciousness. I didn't have any clue they were playing. And even when I watched, I was like, what is this? That's not Test cricket. ICC, you're in big trouble. You just don't realize it yet. The game is in disrepair. And don't tell me about T20, folks. T20 is for Instagram fans. We know Instagram. Tomorrow it's makeup. Tomorrow it's hip-hop music. The fans for T20 cricket are not who you want to rely on. I'm a taxpayer. I'm the person coming to spend. Paolo, if he would dare watch something like cricket, which I very much doubt, he brings his kids. He can afford to pay 100 Rand for your tickets and maybe get 2 beers for him and his mates and an ice cream for his daughter. It's not this 15-year-olds. They are not your revenue. They won't pay for anything. They'll watch on YouTube, but they can't afford to pay for anything in reality. So be very careful on going all in on T20 cricket. Where I was wrong, Grealish is at Man City, and for the league it's all over. It is all over. Get over yourselves. Jack Grealish takes them into a stratosphere that we won't know. To have the power to bring Jack Grealish off as your rotation option when Raheem Sterling, when Foden's not tired, it makes you unstoppable. And listen, Chelsea are trying, but there is no fighting with that muscle anymore. They might keep Bernardo Silva as a third option, and that scares me because Bernardo Silva could be at Real Madrid and fit right in, and he could have played. He's so good. He's I hate to say it, it might hurt Paulo's feelings. He's the poor man's David Silva, right? He is proper. He is a proper player. He's their third option. My God, that's scary. Jack Grealish elevates Man City into. I said it to the guys earlier this week. They're gonna go invincible. They don't need Harry Kane. They are going to be unstoppable because they've got Mendy as a backup at left back. Mendy is the backup left back. Zinchenko's a nice to have, by the way. They will move off him and listen, Marcelo, whoever becomes available, more branding, they'd probably take that. It's an insane squad. Laporte won't play a lick in the league. He might not make the squad very often. Folks, this is the most unstoppable team ever assembled in British football, in my opinion. Where I was right, the Springboks did the right thing. They only lost they're the last bastion for South African sport. No other team, can we say, is world class in South Africa. No other team makes me feel like I can compete with Americans. It's the last team where everybody, regardless of your race, economic status, can actually say, as South Africa, we won. There's nothing else in South Africa right now where you can say, as a South African, we won. The Springboks have shown that Southern Hemisphere rugby is still where it's at. Let me tell you why I say that. The Springboks haven't played a serious test match since 2019. The British lads are as fit as a fiddle. They had their full season. They are firing, and they still couldn't bring the heat with 4 teams. And they weren't really. What happened after the second test? They were nowhere near it physically, which tells you an unfit Springbok team humbled the entire British Northern Hemisphere in rugby. Forget it. Southern Hemisphere rugby is still very much king. And we'll continue sending our B team players up north, but we still, South Africa and New Zealand are still the gold standard. Lastly, where I was wrong, Cheslin Kolbe, unstoppable, unplayable. There's a reason human beings can't have nice things. It's because we say ridiculous things like he's the Lionel Messi of rugby. Relax. There's a guy called Daniel Carter. That's not going to be replaced. Relax. I love Cheslin. I was wrong about him. He's for real, for real. I made an example earlier to the boys. I said he's more the Kevin De Bruyne of rugby, which is still saying something. He is phenomenal. I was wrong. He's not too small. He's brilliant. He is the full package. And he's now starting to get into Brian Habana conversations because he can do things Brian Habana couldn't, by the way. Habana was not great in the air, number one. And Habana one-on-one, right? He wasn't a stepper, actually. What Brian Habana was superb timing, and I'm going to cut inside. Cheslin Kolbe will take you on, do the step, go out, go in. Brian Habana couldn't take the outside. My one criticism about the great Brian Habana was always, he can't take the outside. Now that is to say, Brian Habana is one of the greatest wingers of all time. Do not get me wrong. But his record speaks for itself. Cheslin Kolbe naturally has more than Habana. Now, like the aerial stuff, he can play fly half, he can play scrum half, he can do everything at that level. He's the Kevin De Bruyne. He is real. He is real, folks. Brian Habana was real. This guy is something special. That try out of nothing. Habana can't score that try. He was in a phone booth. He was in a phone booth, 2-3, hot step, and outside, and the big handoff. I love Brian Habana. He doesn't have that. He didn't have that. Wow. And I was dead wrong. And Senzo, boy, oh boy, am I happy to be wrong on that one. Cheslin Kolbe is...
He's too much.
You saw what happened there.
He's too much. Like, I was like, dude, he still had quite a bit to do. Billy LaRue was like, yeah.
And the big handoff as well.
Show them what you made of.
Like... Man, the thing is, whenever you say something about Brian Habana, it does put you in a bit of an awkward spot.
Yeah.
Because world record tries in terms of the World Cup.
Second most ever, I think.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah, it's the guy.
You know?
Habana.
Kolbe is starting to...
Nah, he's the real deal.
Like, he's playing fly half now as well. He's kicking for poles. And he's not neglecting... You know what I love about him? He doesn't neglect the defensive stuff.
Yes.
He's an animal in defense as well.
Yes.
At that size. And, wow. That guy.
No, it's because it's the size that he is that people like forget. Like they don't really see it because he's minute. But like, give that guy the ball. He'll show you what he's all about.
Where were you for the rugby? Or you were in your 5-star glamping
No, I
situation?
wasn't in my 5-star. I was we were at a pub close to where we were staying. So yeah.
Oh, okay, so you got to watch and soak it all up.
Yeah.
Like, Paulo, the Springboks are the last thing, right? I think as a South African, I mean, Tatiana Schoonmaker is on her own. Like that, like if you're not into swimming and the Olympics, she disappears from our consciousness now because for whatever reason, like swimming's on some far-flung channel that you I don't know, you got to dig a coal mine to get to, you know, like for the Commonwealth Games or the World Games or the ISL that's far from us. Like the Springboks are the last thing for South Africa to go. Here we are, you know.
It's shocking when you said that, actually. You said that the only bastion we have, the only thing we can call world class. I was like, God, you're right. And at least we still got them, but there was a stage where all our teams were competing.
Yeah.
You know, and we today have this news that our gold medal winning Olympians aren't even going to get
a bonus of
not even a
sort.
thing. They were crowdfunding Olympians.
That's who we are.
This is who we are right now. We crowdfund Olympians.
Terrible there.
And it's you know what? Like, South Africans hate hearing the truth about themselves. It's like we've got the biggest loser complex in the world. Like the fact that our gold medalists and silver medalists aren't going to get money is going to be like, well, that's how it goes. It should be unacceptable. Like Tatiana Schoonmaker may have changed the face of her discipline in swimming, and it won't matter to us. She's going to be a bigger deal in the UK, in America, than she is here. Because you know what's going to happen? Visa, MasterCard, they're going to go, excuse me?
Yeah.
An Olympic record in the 100, a world record in the 200. You must be about something.
Yeah.
And all the adverts are going to be in France. It's going to be
Yeah.
there. In Japan. You know that Japan's
Yeah.
going to lap her up. And we will not see her at all here. And it's not acceptable.
But like, I mean, we should have seen this coming after Roland Schoeman's letter. The fact that he had the goal to do that.
To do it that way.
To do it that way, that shows where, you know, that's where our sporting organizations are in South Africa.
It's a shambles. Like you said. So what? They're not going to give somebody who won a gold medal.
In a world record time, eh?
Well, there's going to be a begging bowl to a sponsor. So one of the sponsors are going to go, please, guys, you've got to step forward and
Do
get
something.
the bonus. So it won't come from the organization.
Yeah.
It's going to come from a sponsor, as usual. You know, we got insurance companies fixing our potholes. You know, that's what we do. Well, there's a reason we're the only country in the world that says, ach, shame.
Yeah.
You know?
Skip that.
Steps there, shame,
You know,
steps there.
It's just, you know, that's just our mentality. Ach, shame.
And that's not the game. That is not the game. I'm,
No, but
I'm
like-
not happy about that.
But the thing is, like, we're missing the bigger picture. Do you know what this says to her? It's going to give, you know, some guy from Qatar or Bahrain an idea, and then they're going to put a blank check in front of her.
We got pools here as well.
Yeah,
It's very
so-
hot, but we got
very
pools.
hot.
There's pools here.
Let's say you like the pools here.
Yeah.
For Tatiana.
Yeah.
Why not?
She deserves all of the money though. Like if I'm her, like I'm not gonna like I don't know her. I've never met her. I've never
Yeah.
spoken to her. If somebody comes and they say I would do a Rory Sabatini, I'm out of here because I'm the real deal in spite of, not because of.
In spite of.
Yeah, I'm the real deal in spite of you. Why should I make it harder for myself? I mean, a swimming career must be the most brutal thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about. Apparently, she trains at that level. You're training 4 hours a day.
I'd imagine. Only that. I'd
No,
imagine.
well, that's in the pool.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So forget what she's
yeah.
doing in the gym as well.
So that's a sixth of your day spent in water.
Why am I making it harder for myself? And let's say a swimming career, unless you're Michael Phelps, is really 10 years at most.
Yeah.
At her level, she'll be not even, because now they're coming out of 15, 16, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So she's probably got maybe another Olympic cycle. So
Yeah.
she'll go to the next Olympics. Fortunately, it's only 3 years away.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll make the next one. For me, I take the offer. Qatar, absolutely, I'm out of here.
You're going.
And you know what? As South Africans, we have no right to make her feel bad. Like, because you know how South Africans get as
Yeah.
well. You're abandoning us. Well, sorry, you're not serious. And I love that Elon Musk left. Like, South Africans, we need to hear the truth about ourselves. I love that he left.
Yeah.
And I love that he's not coming back. Like, I love that he has no intentions of reinvesting in South Africa, because I've got a policy for my own personal life, is that people will only treat you how you let them treat you.
Sure.
Elon Musk says, gentlemen, not me. Not you. Sorry, you need
Come
how
correct.
much to do what? Not me. So
Go find it elsewhere, yeah.
Tatiana was showing you guys, in spite of you, I hope, please, Qatar, offer her $2 million a year. Take her, because we are holding her back. I'm sorry, we people need to be able to say that and feel free, and we cannot be scared to say we're rubbish.
We can't have nice things in this. We can't have nice things.
And this is why.
This is why. That's why we
It's
don't have
actually
nice
true.
things.
This is why South Africans can't have nice things.
This
You
is
can't.
actually true, though.
You work about 10 years, 15 years to get a gold medal.
Yeah.
Minimum. That's the
Minimum,
work
yeah.
before you get to the Olympics. I don't mean when you're old.
Yeah.
To come back and be told,
Listen, we don't have anything for you. Listen, you've represented us nicely and whatever, but listen, we don't have anything for you.
you know,
But if I'm Saskok, do you know there's no shame?
No shit.
No, there's no shame.
do you have any people in your life that, as much as you kind of, maybe they're family. I would say I've got family who, the only reason they're in my ecosystem is they're my family. Otherwise, I do not take them seriously. That's Saskok. Like, there are certain people in life who, you know, we live in this world where, and I'd love to know what you guys think, everyone is born special. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, we must disabuse people of that. It is your job to make yourself special, valuable, interesting from the day you're born, in my opinion.
Indispensable,
Right?
yeah.
Saskok are not to be taken seriously.
Oh, that dog, they've shown their hand, like, and it keeps on happening, time after time, after time, after time.
Tatiana Schoonmaker. So, what, we out there with a hat on the street singing?
It's gonna
Basically,
It's gonna be a sponsor.
corporate
will come
South Africa
forward,
has to come in and fix it
because we
again.
can't be crowdfunding. I mean, we're not trying to build an app.
No.
We're not trying to build a board game based on the long walk to freedom. This is a gold medal.
Yeah.
We can't be crowdfunding gold medals. What next?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What next? Well said.
So some sponsor will come and say, oh, you know, we've taken a look. Mr. Price,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
proceeds of the little zebra shirts
Yes.
go to her.
The
The Veldskoen guys,
do the right-
proceeds, do the right thing. That's where it'll come from. And I don't know if you want to end off the section, and do I have to be the childish one? Sasscock. That's, I'll leave it there.
Oh, okay. No, enough said.
Yeah.
It's, they warned us. They warned us with the name.
It was in the name.
They warned us with the name.
Oh.
Veldskoen guys, do it.
Get in there. Get
Give
in.
it.
Hey, shout out to
Veldskoen
Tatiana.
for life.
Yeah, honestly.
Listen, Romelu Lukaku's back at Chelsea.
You know what? I'm all about. Remember a few years ago when they signed Morata and we signed Lukaku, and they had the gall to tell us, no matter what Lukaku did at or didn't do at United, compared to Morata, they had the gall to tell us Morata was a better
Can you
signing.
imagine?
And now they're back there.
Look at them.
Sasscock styles, trying to get him back.
Please come back. Please,
Please come
come back. Please.
And I know in Roman you trust, but it's more like in Marina you trust.
I do
Where
trust
she is
Marina.
playing a blinder
Yeah.
the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, she's the... Like, but what's the logic? Like, for me, I don't hate Romelu Lukaku, but we can all see his first touch.
But did you see what Rio Ferdinand said?
I did see that.
He said if Timo Werner if Romelu Lukaku gets the same amount of chances as Timo Werner, he scores 30 to 35.
But it's not true because
Simple as that.
Timo Werner has a great first touch.
And Werner makes a lot of chances himself.
Exactly.
Yes. Like, Lukaku needs to be on the end of things. And the first touch, so part of Timo Werner's secret is the first touch.
Yeah.
So forget the pace. I mean, the express pace, obviously, that gets you beyond the defenders. But his first touch is not the problem. You know what I mean?
I've said, but you remember, I've told you this before. I said, if that guy starts scoring in England,
Yeah.
trust me, we're all in trouble. That guy's got everything. He's complete.
Yeah.
He can play anywhere in the forward line.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the forward line. Romelu can only play 9.
So what's he doing there?
I don't know.
What-
Tuchel has a plan for him.
No, it's not Tuchel. It's got nothing to do with Tuchel.
You think so?
Is that the word is that Abramovich said to his people, get me a world-class striker.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care who it is, I want one of them. Right? Get me a Kane, whoever, I need a world-class striker.
Yeah.
That was his brief. So they come back with Lukaku. I don't think Tuchel, as we know with Chelsea, manager doesn't choose the player.
Absolutely not.
The people above choose the player, you work with him.
Yeah.
What's confusing about it, like the first touch thing, I will challenge it a little bit because Lukaku has worked a lot on his first. Listen, he's not Berbatov, right? But he has worked a lot. He had one of those, you know, the in the NFL they use it for the
Yes.
ball machine.
Yeah.
And I think goalkeepers use it as well. He had one modified to help him with his first touch. And I think Milan, they got that thing like they have at Dortmund where it shoots the ball out the wall.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So his first touch is better. So if you watch a compilation, and there is one on YouTube of his first touch, it's better than England. Not brilliant,
Yeah.
better. There's 2 things that confuse me about the transfer and why it's not a Tuchel transfer. Is Tuchel plays, I wouldn't say he plays 100% gegenpress, but he definitely plays that very vertical.
Yeah.
Lukaku doesn't trigger the press. And you
Yes.
saw it with Belgium. He doesn't trigger the press. Now, is Werner going to play with him and Werner triggers the press so that the ball drops into Lukaku sooner?
Yeah.
So that's very confusing why you'd go playing so committed one way and then now you got to play who doesn't play that way. And also if you look at Lukaku in Serie A, his best moments have been when he's got space to run into.
Yeah.
That's always going to be the power. That's always going to be Lukaku.
Like when it's counter and all that.
That's it. And he can get on you because he's quick, he's fast, he's strong.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that in Premier. Teams are going to sit in their box. They're not going to give him that. So, I don't know. It's a very strange transfer. But in saying that, Lukaku,
But
either
also,
way,
guys, the money, the amount
Lukaku
of
gets
money.
15 Premier League goals a season.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
He's just that. He's whatever you say about him, the guy has been a proven
The numbers are there.
regular Premier League goal scorer. He gets you 15 goals a season.
But what I don't get, and I'm totally with you, right? I think he'll get the numbers purely because, number one, the supply line at Chelsea. I mean, if you can't score with Havertz, Ziyech, and Mason Mount creating for you 15 goals, especially with that team, because Chilwell's delivery is unbelievable. You've got, I think, the best delivery, honestly.
Reece James.
I'd love Reece James' delivery on the run. I haven't seen anything like it in a long time.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to have 15 sitters in the season. Does he get me closer to Man City though? Because that's where I think they were set when Aguero was properly doing it. It's just like they not only do they have De Bruyne, not only do they have like 2 seasons ago, it's like not only De Bruyne,
They have an ultimate dog in front.
but now you've also got like a guy who's guaranteeing you 23, 24 goals, and he's in the mix. And also he's a terrier in the box.
Yeah.
You know, like Aguero is making it an
He's
absolute
nasty.
He's holding it up, he's knocking it off.
He's got
the
you
first
and you
touch
and
is
you.
sublime. And by the way, I think this next level guy that Aguero is the quality of movement. You know,
Yeah.
the fact that Lukaku's got the movement isn't enough for me.
Yeah.
There's the quality of movement. When you see Suarez, when you see that Zlatan Ibrahimovic, it's
Cavani.
like, why does it Cavani? Forget about the fox in the box stuff. You know, with some of these top strikers, and Drogba had this, and I think Drogba always got lumped in with just being a big man, is that it always feels like he's in the right place.
Yeah.
But it's not a mistake. That's quality of movement. It's like, okay, I'm going to give you 3-4 options, boom, by being here. And I'm leading you with my eyes as a striker,
Do you know
you know as a coach.
And I'm moving before you've even got the ball.
Exactly.
My eyes are there. It means, like you said,
Do you know you see guys though, like in Premier League, you must see them second ball, like when the second ball drops. That's what tells you about a striker. But when the second ball comes, like what their positioning is, and that doesn't happen by mistake, as you said.
and you guys probably had, I love Aguero, but I don't think he was this. When you see, and you've got Cavani now, when it really starts to matter, the sharp end, the hardest part in football is everybody thought Ruud van Nistelrooy was lucky, right? Now, there's the epitome of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Second ball, whatever's happening in the box, I'm going to let you deal with the mess.
Yeah.
But I already know where I am. Like you said, before you even pass it, I know what the danger zone is.
Yeah, exactly. Right place, right time. I should be here.
Yeah, front post, Van Nistelrooy is unbelievable. And he was special for me, and I don't see it in Lukaku, right? It's a lot of physical stuff, but okay, whatever, that's fine, that's his thing. Your thoughts on what made Ruud, and again, for that couple of seasons, just took you to another level, is that front post, mid post, back post, he's capable of every run.
Anywhere in the box, like first ball, second ball, like you knew, this guy knew where to be.
That's not a mistake.
There's a reason his stats are the way they are.
It's not, and I just, you see, that's the next level. Like, you're also good. I expect the first touch. I expect the link-up play.
Yeah.
What else do you get? And Drogba had it, and Ruud had, I do love Drogba, but I thought Ruud van Nistelrooy in the box was Trezeguet level.
But the thing is, do you know, we didn't see it properly with Ruud or we didn't talk about it much because the thing is he was going with this other guy from Arsenal. They were going toe to toe. So
no, you get. You see, he had everything. That's the problem. I mean, imagine Ruud with pace.
Well, you're talking. I mean, if you want to go back to that, you're talking about one of the finest footballers versus just a striker.
Yeah.
That's Van Nistelrooy was just a striker. There wasn't much else.
Well,
if he wasn't scoring, where Henry was the full package.
Hey, good stuff. I'm confused.
To answer your question though, is that I don't think it gets him close to City. It gets him further away from everyone else. That's what it does. It pulls him.
Oh,
up.
to be second by himself.
Well, you know what? It gives that gap, and I think what I got to say is that you can't judge how successful your transfer window is by everyone else. But suddenly United, you're looking at it and go, oh God, if City get Kane, Lukaku's there, Salah's there. United don't have a 20-goal a season striker.
That's the problem.
Folks, I tell you what, you'd love to hear when Man United fans implode on themselves because they signed Franco Baresi in the second coming in Varane, and now it's starting to come home that maybe Cavani at 67 years old isn't quite remaining the cup. But I don't want to get into it. All right, that's good stuff, guys. That is good stuff. All right, this is the MKT Show. We got plenty more coming up on the other side.
So why should I believe Man United will have a plan for the next decade? You are the things you do, not the things we say. You can tell me all the nice things Ollie comes out and says on Sky Sports. But the reality is, I'm afraid people don't change. The Glazers don't really have a plan. It's just, we'll throw money at it, we'll throw a Paul Pogba at it every now and then. Because really, Bruno Fernandes and Pogba are so far apart if you've got a plan. It almost makes no sense because they really both want to dominate the ball. They really, like, if we're being honest, that was haphazard. That wasn't a plan. You fell into Bruno Fernandes. You gamble 5-6 more times, I'll tell you what happens. Di Maria happens. Schweinsteiger happens. Like those, what's the plan? And at Liverpool, again, is Jurgen Klopp the plan? There's only one Jurgen Klopp. There is only one Jurgen Klopp. What happens when he leaves? And you speak to Liverpool fans, they don't even want to think about it. As a Chelsea fan, honestly, if Chelsea win the FA Cup and Champions League, I don't care if Tuchel gets fired at the end of the season. Is Marina going to be there? And is Abramovich going to be there? Oh, okay, great. Whoever comes in, it's well known that you got to win. At Liverpool, we don't know. We don't know what happens when Klopp leaves. You got to have some self-worth and don't be needy. And Manchester City and Chelsea are the only clubs in England right now who want to win and are not needy.
Welcome back to it. It's the MKT Show. I am MKT, and it's very, very good to be here on this. It's Tuesday. It feels like Monday. That's a lie. Do not lie to yourself. Do not behave like it's Monday. You've only got 3 days left this week. It's not ideal, you know. I wanted to do stuff, but yesterday was a public holiday. Caught up with some family. Senzo, what did you do? Were you still 5-star glamping?
Oh, well, I got back yesterday afternoon.
Okay, so you kind of lived out a holiday.
Yeah.
Paulo, what's it like? Because I was thinking about it yesterday. If you have kids, there are no holidays for parents, right? It's like kids are always on, or am I wrong? Like, do you get a holiday? I mean, and this is not negative towards kids. Kids are kids. I was just thinking, like, I rarely got to enjoy a day off. What are you up to? Like,
To be honest with you, I don't even think about it anymore. I'm actually so distanced from that life.
You're that good, eh?
I don't even.
You're that good. It's like breathing.
I don't even remember what it was like before. So,
It's like breathing.
to be honest, as they get older, it gets easier. They start to look after themselves, or they do the things you do. So.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that I mean, I hadn't thought of it like that because I just think of having kids as like it causes me sort of a tight chest, you know, super anxiety. So I just imagine the whole time it's hard. But like you said, they're also people. They want to do stuff. It's probably more.
And we have something kicks in. Something kicks in. Somewhere in the pituitary gland. I don't understand.
Remember, it was
science.
like what I was talking about, belly strength.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember what I was
Oh,
talking
so it's
about?
like a mental belly strength.
Something happens. Something kicks in, and you just make it work.
What did you say about belly strength? You can't get it unless you've got 2 kids and a bond to pay.
Yeah, and a bond that takes you unlock. It's like Scientology. You unlock the next level of belly
Wow,
strength
you have to go there.
with a bond and 2 kids. That's awesome. I love that I live in this time. I'll tell you what else is hilarious is that, and we got to get into this, right? European football is a wreck right now, and I just want to start off by saying there are certain things that shouldn't happen. Like Warren Buffett should never move companies, and he never will. You know, Bill Gates will never leave Microsoft. Elon Musk, I mean, he's capable of anything. He's trying to name his child with alien letters, but I don't think he's ever going to leave Tesla. Like, there are certain things that just, it's almost impossible to imagine. And when you've got Lionel Messi, it shouldn't be an option for him to think of moving. Because, number one, there are 2 parts to this for me. La Liga, I've said it to you forever, it's not a business. Their plan is Barcelona or Real Madrid. That's the plan. That's the business plan, right? That is the business plan for La Liga. And it has been now for 10 years. I've been telling you, I've been shouting from the top of the hill, that's not a business plan. That is not a business plan. That's hidden hope. And I'm not happy about it because it's now come to pass. Leo Messi is now officially out of Barcelona Football Club. What does that say about La Liga? Let's just leave Barcelona alone, because we know they're like a spaza shop. Like that's ridiculous, right? What does it say about La Liga, right? It would be Bill Gates in the beginning, right, having his IT crew developing Windows. Was it? What was the first one? Well, Paulo, you know from that time.
Windows 95.
No, before that.
I know from that time.
Yeah.
I know from that.
I remember in school we used to do something called Turtle on
Yeah.
MS-DOS. And it was like all green little, you used to type in codes and the little turtle used to move around.
That's the one.
That's
yeah.
what we used to use.
Like imagine
What would it be? Windows 95 would have been the first commercial one?
DOS. MS-DOS.
MS-DOS.
MS-DOS was before
Microsoft DOS.
1995. Imagine he said to his developers, don't worry about it, guys. Get the hell out of here. All of you are useless. Whilst they were in the middle of developing. Leo Messi's not at the end. It can't make sense for La Liga. You've let go of Sergio Ramos. You've let go of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You've got one last great
Rafael
player.
Varane, gone.
I mean, I don't. I think it's
No, I'm
insulting
just
to
saying.
put. Yeah. Varane, okay, 3-time World Cup winner, 3-time champion.
I'm just saying.
Tony Kroos is done. Modric,
Modric, yeah.
Tony Kroos doesn't want people celebrating. You can't sell him. Remember, what was he saying about Aubameyang? Like, don't celebrate. I hate that. You can't sell Tony Kroos. He's German and square, and you know what I mean?
Very rigid.
So, Leo Messi should not be in a conversation of being sold. But here we find ourselves. We find ourselves with, like, Paulo, it does not... I'm trying to be okay with it. But I'm not okay.
I don't believe it still. For me, this seems like a joke, bro.
I thought up until as the show started, when we saw it's been announced, that it's still a big power play and somebody's going to go. And, you know, there was that graphic up on the screen. If you're listening to this, it basically equates that Messi is responsible for 200 million euros worth of Barcelona revenue. 30%. He makes up 30% of their revenue that just walked. Not even a transfer fee. Not even like a settlement when someone leaves Crystal Palace for Everton. It's like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Somebody needs to explain this. Somebody.
But it's the whole reason for the Super League. So what happens is, why you had this Barca, Atletico, and Juventus specifically, and Inter Milan probably will find the reason for it now, is that their revenue model had dried up. Is that TV, there was no TV money. There's no fans in the stadium. Everyone's built on a house of sand. And one season, and listen, everyone's been knocked because of COVID economics, but one season without match day revenue, that fan experience, fleecing fans. Barcelona make $1 million a week, $1 million a month on stadium tours. Just stadium tours. No match tickets, just people coming through the stadium, looking at the trophies, walking next to the Camp Nou. I mean, that's huge money. You know, that's gone. That's gone. Never mind match day. Never mind. The TV deals all got cut. And they're all built on sand. Then you've got this other problem of two oil states basically owning clubs.
Yeah.
Nobody can compete with that. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. PSG and Man City are playing by completely different rules, and they go nowhere because Qatar is so deep in FIFA.
Yeah.
They are just hand in hand. There is no way that gets broken up. So the Premier League clubs are good because the deals keep rolling on. Everyone else, I don't see how they get out of it.
Scrambling, yeah.
And the other thing is that these clubs, where the Premier League teams are businesses with a football division,
yeah.
And in Tottenham's case, they're a hospitality company that happens to have a football team. These other teams, specifically in Spain, are social clubs.
Yes.
There's no business model there. It is their business model was fan members used to pay your subs, and people could pay subs to use the facilities and pay your membership to run the club.
Socios.
How do you ever liquidate Barcelona? Therefore, how do you ever run Barcelona into the ground? They've come very close.
Yeah.
But they have an equity that's above business. But the reality is, this money is stupid. Even if, so Messi couldn't have played for free, even if he had offered.
Yeah.
Or the 50%, because in Spanish labor law, there's a lot of people disputing and bouncing around, you can't offer, nobody can sign a contract for less than 70% of what they previously earned for the same job. So he couldn't even have taken that deal.
Sure.
And he couldn't have played for free because there's minimum wage. But those numbers, even if Messi left, even without him, they still 95% of their income goes to player salaries.
Yeah.
And we're not talking Griezmann, who pulls his weight.
Yeah.
We're talking Dembele, who plays Fortnite. Coutinho. You know?
But that's the thing.
Even Braithwaite pulls his weight, for God's sake.
Yes.
Yeah, Braithwaite.
You know?
His surname says so.
Yeah.
Better than Sascock.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, like, if I'm the president of Barca, FD come in, Dembele, Coutinho, you guys pay him out your pockets.
Just like that.
Pay him out your pockets.
But the president of Barca doesn't care because it's an elected position.
100%.
Yeah.
He's not there for the long term. God for Glazers, they're there for the long term or till it makes sense to them.
Yeah.
He's there. Next election, someone will vote him out.
Oh, well. I'll be back in
It's
another
an
4 years.
elected position. You know, Perez has made himself untouchable there. No one will ever vote against him.
Yeah.
So he's as good as an owner.
Yeah.
But it still technically can get kicked out. It's just how these clubs, and listen, this is Barcelona that we know. Real Madrid is just as bad. You know, we know Real Madrid get bailed out by royal money.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
sell something to the council, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juventus are in just as bad a position. Inter Milan are even worse.
Yeah.
Lukaku doesn't go by mistake.
No.
Lukaku doesn't go because they want him to go. Lautaro Martinez won't go because they want him to go.
Antonio Conte didn't go. Listen, Conte intense, but one thing we've always known, intelligent. He asked the questions they didn't have answers for. When a guy like Antonio Conte, when smart people leave, all they've done is ask questions that the leadership doesn't want to answer.
Sure.
Smart people don't leave great situations. Sure. I'm yet to see, and I mean properly smart, like Antonio Conte, whatever you think of his fantastic hairpiece, by the way, whatever you think of him, one thing he is smart. Always been captain, always been leadership.
Yeah.
So he, and you know that personality.
Always won. And he would have wanted to go for the Champions League next year, and they can't give him what he
requires. What he requires.
So Inter Milan's the next one. You're again, because they seem to be in trouble.
Yeah.
It is just one mess after the other with these teams.
My question is that what happens with Ronaldo now at Juve? That's something to watch now.
Hey, I just want to say, this guy over here, what did I say about 4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yeah.
CR7.
He's getting the hell out of it.
I said it to you, Paulo. I said, George Mendes, this is your time to earn your pennies because Ronaldo's made it super easy for you the whole career. Cristiano Ronaldo's being the model professional, maybe in the history of sport. George Mendes, earn your money now. You know what you do? How much to get out of this deal?
Right now.
Because I need to go to PSG or whoever I need to go to. Man City is the only place where you can go. Honestly, and there's still time. If I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, this is not how it ends. George, don't make me look like the bad guy because I need the money on the back end. George, you go and tarnish your name and take 10% of whatever the fee is. I'm not kidding. Ronaldo must get the hell out of that mess. Serie A's a joke. He shouldn't be there.
I can imagine Ronaldo as he hears the Messi news. Close this laptop. I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Because it's hard enough. Like, Paulo, I'm serious about Cristiano Ronaldo. You know I said this, I think, to you guys a couple of weeks ago. Cristiano Ronaldo, get out of there. That is a single.
No, but he's not competing for headlines this year. He's got to get the headlines next year.
What, at Juve?
Wherever he goes. I don't think he'll leave this summer. I don't think he'll leave this summer. Listen, I mean, he's a problem that Juventus made for themselves. And this whole thing,
true.
You know what?
That is so true.
Why must players feel bad for the clubs being in financial?
Absolutely
you gave me the
not.
contract. And when I play badly and you don't want me, God knows I'm going on loan to Huesca. You know?
Huesca.
God knows that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I don't feel for you.
No, the clubs can go straight to hell as far as I'm concerned.
Especially the ESL clubs that pulled the stunt, you know,
Yeah.
and were a bit shady, and the Premier League clubs got out of it scot-free. But, you know, by all means, Juventus must pay Ronaldo what Ronaldo's worth and give him a team. But they can't. We're sitting second week of August, and there's no structure around Juventus because they just can't afford it.
Listen, you know who else is hating his life? We're speaking of Cristiano Ronaldo. First of all, you
I
said
know
something
who
here.
you're going to say.
I've got a rule. Let's not get in a world where we're asking millionaires to give billionaires discounts, please. I'm not living in that world. No. I come from a working class family. We don't do discounts in my house.
Yeah.
And one thing, the thing about Barcelona is that I've not seen it mentioned, so it's probably been sorted out. The Barcelona squad sat for a very big amount of time not getting a full salary, right?
Yes.
They're not back in full pay yet?
Yeah,
No.
they're not. 70%.
By the way, are you aware Inter Milan had 2 months of no salaries for everybody? It was requested / mandated. When a billionaire says, guys, could you please take a loan? What does he really mean? Everyone's taking everyone's taking a pay cut for the next 2 months.
Whether you like it or not.
And by the way, from what I read, he's not making that up. 2 months of no salary for players and staff at Inter Milan.
Now you're going to default on your Ferrari.
Well,
You see, those are the guys who don't get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Inter Milan first team player Matteo Darmian, fine, I can take 2 months. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's the guys in the club, the
100%.
the staff in the club.
They got bills to pay. You know what? What I don't understand is, Paula, you brought up a great story, and I went and looked it up. Right? Is when. For me, I like institutions. I know we live in a time where, especially we work in digital, is small, is better, and fight the man. It's like, relax. We still need big institutions because they actually work. We got 7 billion people. I'm not catering for every person's needs. It's not going to work. It's too fragmented. Is that we have a problem now? Like now, La Liga are actually, to your point, being run like an NGO. And it's coming home to roost. CVC Financial Group, I believe, gave them 2.7 billion upfront, and we know there's no investment fund group that are just saying we feel bad for you.
Here it is.
Yeah, I mean, Paulo, you gave us some of the stipulations. Maybe you want to quickly run through some of the stuff again.
So they went in 2.7 billion, but they have to sign over 10% of future revenue and 10% of image rights. Any default means that image rights goes to CVC for 50 years.
Are you serious?
And this was negotiated by the league without input from the teams. So this is he's mortgaged. He is 100% over mortgaged the league. Where does La Liga get 2.7? Okay, off the back of an ESPN deal, but where does La Liga get that money? Because that money's not.
But
needs
that's
to
the
be
thing.
paid
If you
back.
show how desperate you are, they'll exploit that.
Well, like they say, the worst thing about a football club needing money is people knowing you need money.
Yeah,
And
well
it's the
said.
same as the league.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. It's bad enough everyone knows Barcelona's broke. It's even worse everyone knows. Because now no one's paying what you want. No one's paying
They're
you.
lowballing you.
They're lying. In fact, Liverpool are saying all those payments because they still owe Liverpool money, Barcelona.
For Coutinho, yeah.
In fact, we're putting interest on that because last month was late. Because
Yeah.
the one thing about billionaires, the rich people I know, 10 rand is still 10 rand. When we agreed at the beginning it was 130, I meant 130. I didn't mean 130 when you felt like it. I bet you John W. Henry is going, I am loving it because, gentlemen, fine, you're not going to pay for it. Don't write off the blonde ponytail landing up at Anfield this season.
Yeah.
Because if you default,
Oh, yeah.
Griezmann, no, I'm a reasonable man. John W. Henry will tell you this. I was reading a great article that Paula sent to us, and
Yeah.
Daniel Levy kept saying the magic words that I hear from powerful people. We just want what's fair.
Sure. What we agreed on.
No, we just want what's fair. Not
Sure.
even what we agreed on, because at this stage, John W. Henry will tell you, I'm a reasonable man.
Yeah.
Antoine Griezmann can come this way, keep the Coutinho thing, and
Yeah.
let's write it off.
So you also
Don't write that off. I don't think, like with billionaires, and we saw, if they're capable of the Super League, it tells you they just keep turning the screw.
screw.
And they will pull the stuff off. I mean, at the beginning of last season when they did that swap deal, Barcelona and Juventus with Pjanic and I always forget the guy who went for
Arthur.
Barca.
Arthur.
Yeah.
And they just swapped the two players for accounting reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted either.
Yeah.
Just swapped them over for accounting reasons. So this stuff is starting to happen. It's so dodgy. It's so dicey.
But like, what do you think? For me, what do you think? Because I was asking James this. What do you think the transfer that broke football was?
In the history of football,
What broke it?
that's such a good question, you know. Roman, you'd have to say Roman certainly opened the gate. I think it started before that. Let's be very clear.
Okay.
I think Blackburn, what they did, people forget what Jack did with his steel money at Blackburn, and all of a sudden Sutton and Sheringham, not Sheringham, who's the presenter who was the
Sherwood.
Sherwood. Tim Sherwood. Just remember, he was captain of that side. He had a guy called Alan Shearer. What's he doing? Blackburn. You know what I mean? We all knew about him. And that team was unstoppable. And it just cascaded from there. Once they made that decision in 92, I think it's very difficult to go back to a particular moment. I mean...
No, I think it's quite clear where it was. Because what you're talking about there is that you had a football club that had TV money.
Yeah.
So money coming from Sky, and he had his own fortune.
Sure.
But his own man-made fortune, right? The one that collapsed this whole thing, and we'll look back at it, and it's broken out quicker than it is the Neymar one.
100%.
Is because it wasn't a transfer. Is that PSG gave Neymar money to buy himself out of his contract.
Yeah.
They loaned him 220 million, buy himself out the contract. That shouldn't be allowed from a club who are owned by an all-state. Suddenly, the market got overvalued.
Yeah.
Joao Felix, half a season at Benfica, 120 odd million.
120 million euros.
Dembele, Coutinho, Mbappe, for as good as he is, these amounts, in what world are those your top 5 most expensive players? Joao Felix, Coutinho, and Dembele. And it's all off Neymar. It's all off
Well
that
said.
one. Broke it. All of a sudden, that's what... Geez, if Neymar's 220, the next tier must be 150. That broke it. It was that one because it's not money made through a regular income. Jack Walker was regular income.
Yeah.
This wasn't. It was funded,
Yeah.
made to look like regular income.
And you know what else? You
Blame Neymar. It's all Neymar's fault.
No, Neymar. Hey, stop going to samba parties. And
I want to blame Pogba if I could. I've tried. But I'll blame Neymar.
But here's the ultimate thing, and I've been saying this for a while to you, Paula, and I've said it on the show before. What we must all accept now, and what the continent has not accepted is that football is no longer what you said earlier, the socio club. It's a feel-good factor. My grandfather supported, so I support. Quite frankly, as fans, we don't matter anymore. But the Spanish teams, like you say, almost forgot that. Like it's like, oh no, wait, you must drive a business forward. You know, it's not like your members coming in is enough anymore, because Bayern Munich are driving it forward. The Bayern Munich are in America. Is there a place in this? I mean, I've been, you know, when you fly around, every airport has what? A Bayern Munich store. You land in Qatar, Bayern Munich. Dubai, Bayern Munich. What the hell? They don't even speak English. Bayern Munich.
Sure.
That is not by mistake.
Sure.
That is a decade of going, we're going to turn the screw because we're the kings. Chelsea, everywhere you go. Chelsea stores.
Yeah.
Arsenal, everywhere you go. In Africa, what do you have everywhere? Arsenal stores
Chelsea
everywhere.
stores.
I've never seen an Atletico Madrid store.
But that's the problem.
But La Liga head office here, very nice, top of one of the big Santon buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did an exhibition at Fourways Mall.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw
They
that.
got that store.
Had the stall, had all the every team was represented. Where was everybody? Barcelona, Real Madrid.
No.
Yeah.
You can get all that stuff at Total Sports.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's Barcelona, Real Madrid. There's lots of other teams,
Yeah.
and that's the fundamental breakdown in how do you break that away? How do you make the rest of the league viable? Personally, from a football level, I think Spanish footballers, the level of technicality,
Phenomenal.
you cannot touch it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's not a product.
And now you've touched it. Folks, it's a TV show now.
How do we package it?
It's a TV show.
How do we package it?
You know what these British boys understood in '92, right? It's a TV show. This is a rock concert for 90 minutes. Spain forgot that because is it maybe the worst production in the world, Serie A? And I know I complain about this all the
Serie A,
time. How long have I been
jeez.
saying to you, Paulo? Fix the production, Paulo.
Mate, listen to Peter Jury when he speaks. Makes it sound like a story.
Like people
Like
hate
you have
how
to tune into
theatrical it
the.
is. I love it.
You have to tune into the next episode to see.
You know his opening monologue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not by mistake.
You open up Serie A, first 30 seconds, you're falling asleep.
The sound doesn't
There's,
work.
there's no suspense.
The Premier League, they will, if you, and it's a full experience, because you'll be watching, you go, my God, this game is terrible. This game sucks.
Yeah.
I cannot stand this game. But the teams are wearing luminous kits.
Yeah.
And the grass is green. And they say, this is the Premier League. Anything can happen.
Yes.
But like Paulo,
Literally it works.
Yes.
They get you before though, because they've got that, you know, they set it up
The build
this
up.
week and then
But listen, I work in content.
yeah.
It is about the shoulder content. Nobody does it better than the Premier League, as you say. Build up. It's Bournemouth against Watford. Oh, they got the 90-year-old, the last living fan from Watford. He's on screen.
Yeah.
He's doing a charity thing, and then that goal from 16 years ago. It's a TV show. La Liga forgot.
La Liga, the only thing you only care about in La Liga is when it's El Clasico, and even then, you even forget when El Clasico is playing now,
Isn't that insane?
because now they can't sell you Messi versus Ronaldo anymore.
And this is the problem: is that, folks, it's sharks versus goldfish now. Like the Premier League is the orca now. Now they've really shown the might. And here's the thing about compound interest: if you do things properly for 20 years, now you're so far ahead, you're uncatchable.
But that's why they were so desperate. That's why the Super League fell out once the Premier League clubs pulled.
Yeah.
Because they knew there's nothing without the Premier League clubs. El Clasico at one stage stopped. We're not joking. Stopped. Even in this country, I remember we used to play, there was one game, was the height of it. Mourinho, Guardiola.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was the
Messi,
5-0 game.
yeah.
But we were playing indoor soccer, right, on a Monday night. They stopped. The game stopped.
Yeah.
Stopped. Guys, forget. All the teams just said, okay, take the score. Stopped
And let's go watch
the
El
world
Clasico.
to go watch it. Who are you going to watch this year? In saying that, I think in a weird way, Barcelona might be in a better position without Messi. I think there's a lot of guys to step up, and I think that's a whole different conversation, because there's not a bad football team they got left there compared to Real Madrid. But it stopped the world, and they thought, well, this is going to carry on forever. This will carry on forever. And it didn't. It's done.
That's called an NGO, folks. That's not called a business. No. Listen, both guys are dead right. Is exactly what Paolo just said. Is that's NGO mentality. Is that there's going to be private funding from somewhere, and we're all in our salaries. There's no sheltered employment chief. Richard Scudamore and his boys in the noughties changed everything. They changed it all, and they are now uncatchable. It's a TV show, and by the way, I don't even want to talk about Serie A. So a sad situation where we find ourselves. We'll talk a bit more about Leo Messi and that mess and all of that. And by the way, the greatest thing on this planet is fantasy football. We'll talk a bit more about that and social media after this.
The Olympic Games may be cancelled again,
Okay.
says senior Japanese ruling party official. So I also found this out yesterday because I read about another article about the Olympic Games. You know, it's still being called Tokyo 2020.
Yeah, because the logo was just so good. They didn't want to change it.
It's too expensive to
Yeah,
rebrand.
they spent $5 billion. I think it was $5 billion on stuff.
And marketing and everything.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
I'm so looking forward to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics in 2026.
Do you know what? I wish I was Japanese. I think those are my people. They do not care about what people think.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. All the best.
Sorry.
And we're the best, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to drive a Lexus? Great. Drive it. That's what it's going to look like. And 2020. Yeah. And they've got the money, but no, we've spent it already. And Shimi's got a great saying. 10 Rand is still 10 Rand.
There you go.
To them, it's not about the money. It's like, do we need it? Is changing it going to do anything? No, it's still going to be Olympics. Screw you
Yeah.
guys.
Like you said, 5 billion.
Yeah.
Hey, would you do that? No.
No.
So, okay, very cool. Olympics, 2020 and 2026. I like that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I've got my problems with the Olympics anyway, so who cares?
Welcome back to it. The MKT Show. I'm still flabbergasted. Leo Messi has left Barcelona. I mean, just let's quickly get back to that before we get into social media. So it's official now because that news just broke while we were on the show.
Yeah, the PSG agreed to the 2-year contract with PSG.
Are the numbers out?
But do we have official photos yet, or is it still Photoshop stuff?
Oh, it's still Photoshop stuff.
Is it? So it's not official.
No, it's official. It's official.
Yeah, it's not the ones where because these kids are so good now with the Photoshop.
But Sky Sports put out a thing with him photoshopped in PSG kit, but they confirmed it. But I think now that that private plane is probably going to land at Charles de Gaulle. Because yesterday they waited for it and didn't come.
Macron has to meet Leo Messi because he's just saved.
You think so?
Dude, he's worth $1 billion a year, Leo Messi on his own.
Yeah,
so do you know the deal with France League TV rights?
No, is it Qatar?
They finished last season with no TV sponsor because of force majeure.
Yeah.
They pulled.
Force majeure.
Right?
Everyone knew force majeure Hey, everyone
Massive.
became the lawyer and Latin.
The new force
I
majeure.
spoke Latin my whole life.
Virologists,
Yeah. It's force majeure. Got to get out of this agreement.
They pulled the TV deal. So they basically finished League One from early last year, from when COVID hit.
Yeah.
They had no TV deal. The only person that would offer them a deal was Amazon, who lowballed them because they knew they're desperate.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, they took the Amazon money, and League One said, okay, wait, we need some friends. We just so happen to have a guy here who just so happens to be the chairman of PSG, who just so happens to be quite involved in the French Football Federation and in FIFA, and happens to be friends with Macron. Oh, he just so happens to own the BN
Sport, yeah.
BN
People don't know
Sports.
this, yeah.
Why don't we create a new TV channel of which he can bid for it at a lower price? The Qatar and that have infiltrated themselves so much into that league. So that's where French football, they kicked off the season. The TV money is coming a little bit from Amazon, but the rest from a Ligue 1 owned TV channel owned by PSG's chairman.
Brilliant chess move.
By the way, what's really interesting about the BN setup, and shout out to them, is he's really just the face. A lot of people think he's the money. Remember, there's big royalty don't travel. They don't come to the West. He's just cannon fodder for them.
Yeah.
If you think this guy's got money, what's sitting at home?
I believe it's his cousin. His cousin's got the money. His cousin's the big.
He just carries the bags.
Oh, he's just another family member. Is if they're willing, this will be the, what do we call it, sports washing money. You must know, that, like you said, now they are now off the chain. Now they own their own French football completely.
They pretty much do.
I mean, hey, shout out Platini, by the way. Has he got a lifetime ban, Platini?
Yeah.
Can't even go into stadiums.
Yeah, no. Which is really where he should be is, you know, back in the day, this would be clear, right? Treason. Because what he's done is treasonous. He should be in jail.
Treacherous.
He should be in jail. And he should be serving like 10 years. Because imagine if I sold, when you think of what football means, forget PSG, because they are what they are now. What it'll mean to everybody else who, it is locally funded. It is communities that have worked for 40, 50 years to be able to afford the stadium and done it right. Do you understand what it means to the cleaning lady, to the, you know, it's more than a football club there. It is the backbone of communities. Otherwise, the sons and daughters have to resort to violence, right?
Yeah.
Especially the more south you go in France, things get uglier.
Yeah.
You get to Marseille, you get to these places. Those aren't.
That's not a croissants and a bistro.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
You know
Listen,
what I mean?
there's a reason Platini took the fall, because, you know, it's not a small coincidence that Qatar basically funds everything that happens in Paris, from building metros and
That decision was above him.
So Platini took the fall for a lot of other
People's
other goings on.
And honestly, I've always said this, right? Like we've gone here now, is there's a reason he's not in jail. Like you said, Emmanuel Macron likes being outside as well. I'm sorry. I'm happy to say it. I'm not into politicians. They're all, you know my thoughts on politicians. They're all a bunch of
scumbags.
No, proper. And they have jobs that apps can do now. Like in Luxembourg, there are very few politicians.
Yeah.
If you want to fix a pipe, my friend's shown me, if there's a burst pipe, report it on my app and I get going. We're investing in banking here. No, we're not doing hello? Hello?
Your call has been placed.
No, there's no 1850s phone music. That doesn't happen there. So, Paulo, it's a magnificent point. And now, you know, in Xhosa there is a great saying. It is to say, the actual translation is, you get what you deserve. And to mission, like, is that one of the saddest stories, actually, now that we think about it? Because when you think of Ballon d'Or, it's Platini. He's Mr. Football, the first guy, European.
3 of them.
You know, Carré Magique. You think of that magic square. He's the king. He's the king. Juventus number 10.
It's to explain it, right? To explain it to somebody younger. Imagine Zidane getting arrested for doing... That's who Platini was. Platini was that level. Imagine Zidane.
You actually forget what he did as a footballer now.
Carré Magique. When you talk of a magic square and he's the guy, right? Those famous 4 French players. He's Michel Platini. He went to Juventus in a time when French and Italians, it wasn't like that.
Honestly.
And he was the guy at Juventus.
And he
Immediately
played.
everyone knew.
And he played in the same league as Maradona, and we still remember him.
And everyone even knew, like you're saying, everyone knew that's the dog.
Yeah.
Maradona, he's doing it at Napoli, and
But he's doing it here in the north. He's doing it here in Turin.
And that's when, by the way, a little bunch of guys also across the way in Milan they were doing it.
Exactly.
They had the Dutch boys in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
that was just
Germans.
starting.
Yeah, the Germans at Inter Milan.
Yeah.
So, no, we had real guys. This thing was happening, and Platini said, "No, Oli, take a seat." This was Zidane, right? And he was it. And here we are now. We find ourselves with him never being allowed to go into a football stadium again. It's not supposed to be this way. It's why people hate money in football. It's not supposed. We're supposed to. Michel Platini's supposed to be going around the world selling football.
The romantic in you goes, if Messi is available for free on a free transfer, the romantic in you goes, oh, surely more clubs should have been in for him. It shouldn't have been so, like the PSG, it's quite boring that it was them.
Boring.
You know, Messi to AC Milan, and, you know, there should have been more clubs in for him with no transfer fee paid. But it's just, the money's so astronomical, and it's just so obvious to go there. And I think that's more the pity more than anything, is that as interesting as it'll be to see those three together at PSG, I think it'd be even more interesting for Messi to pull a Maradona and like go to Sevilla or
Let me show you how to do this alone.
Roma or
He goes to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Grealish stays, and you see something you've never seen before, and they win the Premier League.
Even better than the Leicester thing.
No, he stays. Jack Grealish hears that halfway to the airport. Who? By the way, give him the 10.
Yeah.
Don't even worry. Change my number. I'll meet him at the stadium. I'll meet him in Birmingham. By the way, you can have my second apartment just as a.
Do you know
as
what
a
the most
quarantine
interesting
area.
thing is going to be about the Messi transfer?
What's it?
What number you wear? What number he wears?
so Neymar offered him the 10. It's not been confirmed if he'll take it.
Did he offer it, or did
Wow.
did he get a phone call from Qatar saying, "Well, what do you and your dad think about some of the illicit stuff we did?"
So that means Messi has to change his number. Di Maria has to change his number.
Wait, hold on. What did you say? So
Neymar offered Messi the 10,
tell me more.
the 10, number 10 shirt, but
Okay.
Messi hasn't taken it yet.
I love how you finished that statement.
Hasn't taken it yet.
Honestly speaking, that decision's going to be taken out of both of their hands.
Yeah.
Because you're not dealing with Western liberals there. It is very understood who the number 10 is.
Yeah.
You failed at World Cups. You're doing Neymar, we love you.
There's a new sheriff in town.
And even I love when like brutal like neoliberal capitalism's at play. These guys, it's very, very clear what it's about. Leo Messi is the original number 10. And by the way, Messi, don't worry about it. We're going to put this Neymar boy on the poster. You know what he gets like. We're going to give you the number 10, but actually back home, we're selling you. Don't worry about it. And also, Neymar, here's the thing, Chief, just so you understand, that penalty stuff that happened, they're probably sending him a letter. Because do you know anybody who's ever broken up with somebody over email? Well, you're looking at somebody who's done that, but that's a whole different thing.
What is wrong with
You
you?
are next
It was
level.
probably Hotmail or Yahoo as well. Not even
It was
Gmail.
Hotmail, yeah. No, like I'm not very proud of it now, but I kind of feel like that sort of coldness is what they're gonna do to Neymar.
Did you like BCC anyone?
No, I did not.
You put a read receipt.
But,
Prove to your new girlfriend that you did it.
Oh, I
and
see.
BCC her.
I like that you presume that I was in the relationship when I broke up with the other one. It's a fair presumption. At the time, I was wild. But my point is, if I'm honestly, because Neymar's already shown me who he is, we don't mind the money. The money thing is, the penalty taker is, you almost need to make it clear to Neymar. No more of that Cavani stuff. Remember when he took the
Yeah,
ball?
that was terrible.
So we just want to be clear of the unacceptables next season. You are in second place. Don't worry about the poster thing. You're on
You're on now, don't worry.
the Paris shops. It's you.
It's you.
Because Messi doesn't want that anyway.
And it's also, hey guy, we bought you here. We gave you that money so that you could be this level, and you never got to this level.
You didn't.
So now we need to bring someone at that level. So you had your
In
chance.
fact, he's third actually.
Yeah.
Because there's another Ninja Turtle guy.
And he's the home guy as well.
Yeah, he's the
And that
home
must
guy.
have irritated Neymar terribly. Go, I'm finally at a club on my own, outside of someone else's shadow. Oh, by the way, here comes a generational talent who could possibly be the best striker of many a generation.
And everything, it's also not like he could be in the mix. He did what I should have done, what all of Brazil thought at 19. I was going to win the World Cup. You didn't. And then you failed at home, and you were part of the team that lost 7-1. We don't want to hear about your back injury. That's not our problem. The Brazilians don't care about that. Kylian Mbappe says at 19, you saw that through ball. You saw my pace. You saw the finish.
And I'm all football.
All the time.
You like the fashion stuff off the field and all that. You miss the endorsements.
And now what
I
happens?
play football.
Hey, listen, you're bringing a great dynamic. Please don't presume Leo Messi doesn't have an ego. Just because he
Of
moves.
course, dog.
Who gets the credit? And with men want credit. Leo Messi wants the credit. When we win, because Neymar wants the credit. So I don't see this being as smooth as people think, because Neymar left the boy and became his own thing now. In Paris, he sees himself everywhere. What happens now when Leo Messi comes in and now the branding outside the stadium changes? That's not going to be easy for Neymar as well. Nothing about Neymar tells me he's mature.
Now you stand to they tell him in the photo shoots. Now you stand to the left.
I think there's photo shoot is separate. So
Yeah.
you stand where you want to stand. We'll comp you all in together later. No, I don't know. I don't see that sort of ego implosion. I think Mbappe is humble enough to know, like, my God, I'm playing with Messi.
I'm not worried about him.
To the point he might even put off his free transfer.
Yeah.
For one
Madrid, wait a
extra
minute.
season. Exactly. And then Neymar has always Neymar loves Messi. There's a huge,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw at the end of the Copa America final.
Yeah.
I think Neymar was as happy for Messi than
Yeah.
he would have been for himself
Yeah.
winning.
I got you.
So I think there's a mutual respect. So, and that's what makes this so scary. It's not like normally when you put superstars together and the whole thing explodes. I think they are going to Suarez, Messi, and Neymar. That's sort of like,
That
Oh
MSN
my
round
God!
2.
Just quicker.
I think it's round 2
I say we need to keep a close
where
eye
they
on that.
love each other. I think
Because-
it is.
and then there's a guy called Sergio Ramos.
He will ruin everything. He's the wild card.
They're probably gonna tell Poch, sit down. Listen, we got this. Don't coach.
Yeah?
Don't
Just
worry.
pitch up.
Yeah, just sit on the bench. You just make the subs.
Yeah.
Watch.
No, we make the subs.
We make the subs. You tell them to warm up.
One of those guys is gonna say, "No, I'm not subbing." They're gonna pull a Tevez. They're gonna go.
No.
I'm
Tevez is a
so
small
good,
fry. Chief, the first assistant / goalkeeper. It's one of the most misunderstood human beings of all time. And his greatness for 75 mil, he's already paid it off. Kepa Arrizabalaga is the first proper goalkeeper / assistant manager. When he when he was
Surrey.
injured and he told Surrey,
Chill out, bro.
that is mental.
But did you see Kepa? He's trying to make amends now. So he's claiming, no, it was a big misunderstanding.
I'm sure.
Because where's Surrey now? Surrey's at Napoli.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, wherever he is, yeah.
Surrey or Lazio. Surrey's
Yeah.
at Lazio. And Lazio need a new keeper. So Kepa is now comes up. No, I really apologize because it was really bad of me. But I was just trying to tell him, no, we're trying to waste time. That's why I don't want to come off. So they came out about 3 weeks ago. The whole long story why he didn't do it,
The problem-
hoping to get a transfer.
Problem there is, Paul, we've had about 8K TV for about 10 years now on the planet. Everybody with functional eyes, including me who's as blind as a bat, saw that you have refused. You can see Caballero standing there. You can see him going like this. So no, you didn't. There was no misinterpretation there. He even walked off the field. Do you remember? He walked out,
Up
hit
the tunnel.
ball, and came back up the
Well, my
tunnel.
thing is, because, like, okay, you're going to get Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos is going to do something. Guys, don't bring each other on everything in world football. So you guys can sort it out amongst yourself. Messi's going to go, how many Ballon d'Ors do you have? Sit down. Mbappe's going to say, I won the World Cup before my 25th birthday.
Yeah.
You sit. Neymar's going to be like, look, listen, my country's got 180 million people and I'm God there.
No, but they have no money.
Listen, you're joking, right? Honestly, I see the Neymar thing being a problem. Paulo, I like that you're such an optimist. I'm not that guy, because what I think is that Neymar can say all the right things. There's a reason he left. In every relationship, I'll say this, I will die on this hill. Don't ever get it back together with your ex-girlfriend. You know why? The reason you broke up will always exist. I don't care how nice she looks at Woolworths. I don't care how nice she is to your parents afterwards. The reason you found to break up with that person, the reason Neymar left, whatever it was, to be the man, to whatever it was, that hasn't changed. And now he's richer.
Exactly, but remember on the work group that Paulo posted a photo of Messi with all the PSG guys. I was like, this is not a coincidence.
No.
It wasn't like, oh, Verratti happens to be here, Di Maria happens to be here. I was like, he was like new teammates. I was like, definitely.
It's absolute insanity. I don't believe that, as you, everything we've detailed, but I never thought it was possible. Like, it shouldn't be possible for Neymar and Messi and Mbappe and Sergio Ramos to be in the same
Do you
team.
know who I'd want to speak to right now? What Paul Pogba's saying to Mino right now. Get me the hell out of here. I'm gonna go play with those guys.
But it's late now because
So it doesn't happen.
Paredes, Verratti, Herrera,
Oh, and there's no
Wijnaldum.
dab anymore because now Messi's.
No, Neymar's got that. Yeah, there's no dabbing in practice. Certainly not.
Pogba said he's happy, so that's good for us.
Pogba's happy at Man
Pogba said
United.
he's happy at United. Yeah, good.
Because
Thank you.
The new sheriff was coming in.
Thank you, Pogba. I'm glad. I'm glad Pogba's happy.
That's awesome. I love
Means
that
the world
he's
to
happy.
me. I'm glad he's happy.
Paul Pogba's happy.
Listen, the whole thing about PSG is that front line, that's FIFA Ultimate Team stuff, right? If like
Yeah.
That's
you,
200 goals a season.
yo,
bro.
you get that up, but I still maintain there is Sergio Ramos violence and there's Kimpembe General being Kimpembe, and his brain farts for 5 minutes will blow your whole season wide apart.
There you have it, guys. All right, good stuff. I do like that. Sergio Ramos violence. Kimpembe brain farts. You love to hear it. All right. Listen, football's not the real world. It's a TV show, I've told you. On the other side, we'll reveal details of how you get involved in the fantasy space. Some people may say PSG is fantasy in real life. I don't know what's going on there. Remember to like, share, subscribe, by the way, if you are with us on YouTube. We've got that and much more coming up after this. Welcome back to it. It is not real life. It's fantasy time, and anybody who doesn't play fantasy football, I don't actually know what you do with your life. I just have no clue how your time actually exists. I have already mentioned to everybody who's in my life is that the Premier League starts on Friday. If I haven't spoken to you now, I'll see you in May, and I don't really want people getting emotional about it. I don't have kids. I'm not married. Get the hell out of my face. It's now time for the greatest show on earth, and quite frankly, I'm not interested in anybody's feedback. I mean, the two guys with me here, obviously, much better people than me, beloved by another. So you guys actually probably have, you got to keep it real. You can't just be wilding out like me, Senzo.
Can't exit from your life, eh?
Yeah.
Your concern.
No, I'm unavailable from now.
But that's the beauty of being alone. You make executive decisions without consulting anybody.
It's not a board decision.
There's no board that's voting. I'm doing this.
Having said that, I mean, I don't want to be that guy of like, oh, relationships are terrible. They're not. There's a price to pay for everything.
Obvious.
I choose the Premier League and loneliness. You guys choose company and less Premier League. There's always a price to pay.
But sometimes that price, there'll be a night. And that night will come. It'll be mid-February. It'll be 10 o'clock on a Monday night. When you've stayed up to watch Brentford and Watford, high-balling it to Premier League survival, that you'll go, have I made the right choices? For every,
Honestly.
North London derby, for every Liverpool United game, there's Brentford, Watford.
Yeah.
That'll make you go, it really wasn't worth it.
Yeah. So
The
in that
loneliness.
case, it's not worth it for you, the relationship guy, or for me?
I think for you.
For me. The loneliness.
Because I haven't committed to Brentford and Watford.
I got you.
And so you've made the commitment.
Absolutely.
So you're like, if you're not watching that, you've let yourself down.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't. So I don't have to watch that because I haven't committed to it. I'll check the next day, Supersport highlights, watch a bit of
Yes, okay, I see
Pasta
what you're saying.
Semenya and Lucas Khadebe
Yeah.
before. Why can't you go through those things quick enough?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in advertising, but I'm like, can we?
Yeah, they don't do the 5
I want to
second
skip
thing.
that
Yeah, I do want
on
to skip.
every one. You know when you're watching Premier League highlights, 10 matches, and I've got to watch it 10 times.
Honestly.
I like Chad Leclerc, but I know about the egg now.
I know.
Then
Yeah.
you can boil an egg in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucas cooks noodles
I haven't seen
and has a
the
run
Lucas
around the
one.
block. Custer cooks noodles. Lucas runs around the block.
Look.
In 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to watch it 10
How
times.
small's- Wait, where does Lucas live? How small's your block? You're so rich.
Oh, he runs fast.
I haven't thought about
There's
that.
that's a Premier League athlete.
No, he is one of the greatest athletes South Africa's ever produced. That's a good point.
But anyway, so I haven't committed to Brentford, Watford.
Brentford, you.
No, I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about...
I'll be thinking about you.
So what the philosophers would call the single man's dilemma.
So we don't have to, I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it.
No, hey, like I said, there's a price to pay for
And it starts
You
this
chose
weekend.
the
Brentford, Arsenal, Friday night, first game of the Premier League.
relegation.
on a
battle.
Friday.
You chose it.
I chose a Friday night.
On a
not me.
Friday.
You're probably getting hugged by your child and your lady.
We
that
have
loves
movie
you.
nights.
Oh,
It's
my
great. It's
God.
fantastic.
And
I
it-
get Saturday, United Leeds. Oh, what a great way to kick off the proper Premier League.
And,
You got to sit Arsenal, Brentford, because you committed to it.
and here I am, single guy using single guy now. I don't have a partner to phone and say, I don't have any sort of sprinkles for the popcorn.
No.
Now the salt from my tears, as I realize I'm alone.
Has to
Brentford,
season.
Arsenal.
Has to season your popcorn.
Now I've got the moist popcorn. There's no winning as a single guy. You're making a very compelling case there, Paulo Diaz. I'm not saying I'm going to change.
No, don't change.
I'm open to new information, and I'll certainly give it some thought beyond that. All right, Senzo, what you got for us from the socials there, pal?
Well, The Economist says at this year's Olympic Games, now that the Olympics are over, 48% of the participants were female, and the first transgender woman competed as well. And they're saying the Olympics have become bigger and more diverse. So, I don't know how you feel about that.
The
or
aim is to have over 50% of athletes in the next Olympics be female.
female, yeah.
So now they want to tip it over that it's a female.
Female 50-50 split.
Yeah.
Why? Or what does that prove? Or why?
I'm not
why-
one to argue with The Economist.
No, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. No, I'm saying why is it in the Olympics where it's about why is there a disparity? I thought why would it matter? What are they going to do? Lower the times?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you do it? Because for every male event, there's a female event.
Yes.
And surely if a team doesn't qualify, How do you ever get that 100% right?
So no, hold on. It sounds like the only solution, and I stand to be corrected here, is for the same amount of slots. Is let's say in the 100 meters, you bring down the available male slots, regardless if you qualify or not. So America, let's hypothetically say you can have 10 people in the squad for 100 meters.
Okay.
The only way to balance it is to say, okay, men can have, let's say it's 10-10 now. The only way to balance it is women can have 13 and men can have 7.
Because I read that article yesterday and actually there were the statements, but I never saw the resolution. So like, how do you get it?
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Because as I understand, for every male event, there's a female event. Like, I don't understand.
Unless...
Seems like a...
3-on-3 basketball.
It seems like a good headline.
Yeah.
But like, how do you... Unless you do start
No, I know how you
pulling
do
away.
it. Purely female events.
Like
Purely,
what though?
you add... Like, is there female rugby? Was there female rugby?
Yes, there was. Sevens.
What's left? Or like synchronized swimming. But anyway, I'm saying purely female events.
Is there female boxing? There is, right?
There is.
Yeah. No. Find ballet. But only
But
female.
men do ballet.
No, I'm saying, but for the Olympics.
Netball?
Well, this is a whole...
Is there netball in
But
the
men
Olympics?
play
Is
netball.
there netball in the Olympics?
There's no netball.
That's the only way you get
To
the
tip the
numbers
scale, yeah.
without interrupting the qualification thing is add purely female sports, which becomes an interesting world.
Traditionally female sports.
Yeah, true.
No, yeah, we
PC.
you can tell Paolo works.
Yeah.
You know, this is the guy
Advertising.
you need. He sort of scoops up the mistakes that
Yeah.
us rambunctious youngsters make. That's the only way, right? That's what's happening
Sure.
now. Netball's in, tiddlywinks, but only ladies.
But then are you putting sports in for the sake of it? So, like, you mentioned 3-on-3 basketball. I think that was a fantastic addition because you had... It was mixed teams.
Yeah.
So some countries decided to send mixed teams.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fantastic way to cover it. So netball could be a sport where you can do mixed teams because there's not a physical
But then it doesn't help
requirement.
your balance, right? If you're saying we want it's the only way. That's what's going to happen. Expect more only female events. I just don't see another way. And I'm not big on inclusivity. So I'm not big on it. Already I hate the fact that skateboarding's in. I hate that surfing's in. Quite frankly, I don't like that sevens rugby's in. So I want some things to stay the same. Like for me, you can call me an elitist. I like Oxford. I like MIT. People like me that are stupid don't come here. Great, I get it. Like keep that. We mustn't erode the whole thing so that more people can be involved. I hate the thought of that.
But there's even the arguments on Olympics about, it's been bouncing around going like, should specifically NBA and football, should professionals be allowed to play?
In the Olympics.
Because you take, the final, Brazil-Spain. Spain had 5 of the Euro 2020 squad playing most games. The keeper, Unai Simon, played every game.
Yeah.
Brazil had Richarlison, Danny Alves. I mean, and they both get to the final, right?
Yeah.
Should Olympics go back to being either an underage event or non-professional, but the other sports are non-professional? And likewise, basketball. Is it really devalued by having NBA players? Because now a lot of the teams are NBA rosters. They got a couple of NBA players, not just the US.
I mean, but just look at the US. The US, everybody there plays in the NBA. Like they all that team is stacked.
Who won the gold medal in the basketball?
America.
They did win. Because France beat them in the groups.
Yeah.
She didn't check on that. But so you're going like, if these guys are the pinnacle of their sports in another realm, should they still be at the Olympics?
But which goes back to my point, because like now when those guys win a gold medal, like they don't really value it that much. It's like
tell Danny Alves, that guy was, I think he was doing
but like
erogenous
He's
things
now
to it.
the most decorated footballer. He's won it all now.
Except the World Cup. That's the only thing he hasn't won.
except the World Cup, exactly. But like, I mean, I was checking, which goes to the next thing on social media. They say so the Golden State Warriors tweeted only 5 players in basketball history have won at least 3 NBA titles and 2 gold medals at the Summer Olympics. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Draymond Green. So like for me, like now it's just like whatever, gold medal just to
Just. You know what the problem is? It's all a big political game, because really it's about the money. And now when you stop Kevin Durant and these people that, because what happens when you take away the NBA players?
People don't watch
No,
anymore.
well, MasterCard says, what do you mean?
Exactly.
Then what does Japan say? The 5 billion we've spent. Yeah. So unfortunately
Hmm.
now we've gone too far. But here's where, again, the people that I loathe, politicians, are against themselves. In boxing, you're not allowed to be professional and come and box.
Yeah, it's quite strange because I would actually love, and we can keep our jokes about South Africa's under 23 side separate, to see amateurs play soccer in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'd love it to be like a university side. I think that'd be fantastic.
So I guess, or what about this? You might say university, I'm not paying for trash television. If you've never represented a professional team in the first team, so if you've played for Supersport United, you're not allowed to go as the Buffalo. So if you played in the first team, only under 23 and downwards. Because I also don't want to watch guys that smoke weed on the weekend.
Yeah, true.
Because that's what university football
But basically, that Varsity Cup, what's that Varsity Sports Series?
Yeah.
Basically
Exactly.
that,
I don't want to watch that. That shouldn't be on TV. So professional academy guys who have not
Yeah,
had
good
a
point.
single minute at the top level,
Wait,
that's
wait,
the
wait,
guys I
wait.
want to watch in the Olympics.
Not a single minute, or aren't signed to professional contracts.
No, they must be on professional. So you can have under 23 signed to pro contracts. But if Pedri has played for Barca, he's not allowed in the Olympics. Sorry, you are now.
Which is fair.
We want to, because really, what I want to cut to the core of this one, on a very, very serious note, is does Richarlison need a platform?
No.
Because that's what the Olympics are now, right? For a 23-year-old from Brazil, who's at Santos, at one of those, all right? 20-year-old,
He's trying to get signed in Europe.
I need Man United to see me. This is his time.
Yeah.
And now, does Richarlison need a bigger platform than a tiny little show called the English Premier League? I love Dani Alves. You don't need the platform, Chief. And again,
But for him, it's a bit of a different story. I can buy into the story of a guy at the end of it, towards the end of his career. He seems like he'll never stop playing.
yeah.
Wanting to have it all.
Yeah.
Like I really like that story. You're 100% right about Richarlison. And who knows, that guy could have, messed up. He's going to be late for Everton.
Yeah.
The season starts, going to miss the first few weeks. Maybe Real Madrid, who he's been linked with, his friend, old Ancelotti's there going, oh, you got a bit of legs in there.
Yeah.
Maybe we just leave you out for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe he's actually done more damage to himself.
You've nailed it. And what I heard in the finals, by the way, that goal by Spain was
World class.
get
Something
out of
else.
here. Because I liked what Brazil look. They look serious.
Yeah.
But it is a case of, Spain had signed a memorandum with La Liga to say you had to let the players go. That's why Pedri and
Daniel Olmo
Premier
and all
League
those
did-
guys were there.
Because the Egyptian guy, Liverpool said no.
Yes.
No ways. They said you're not going there.
We're not playing that. So again, it becomes such a mess when money is involved, and I totally agree with you. It should be amateur sport, but it's too late now because Pandora's box is open.
Futsal, only with retired players.
Oh,
So you can take ex-pros, but they have to be retired for 5 years.
That's romantic as well.
no,
That's
genius.
some good stuff.
That's genius.
That's some good stuff.
That is it. That's what needs to happen.
And there's some good futsal players, like Ricardinho is the Ronaldo of futsal.
yeah.
But I want to see Wayne Rooney in a Great Britain team playing
Tearing it
against
up.
Xavi and Iniesta.
Oh,
My goodness.
Will they still play?
You got Fernando Torres in goal now because I don't know if you've seen the
Oh,
size of Fernando.
he's
Torres.
doing
massive.
boxing. He's in the boxing arena. He doesn't
Jack for
futsal.
back,
The size of that
No,
guy.
he's
He
going.
looks like he ate
Zidane could
village.
still jump.
Who was the goalkeeper, the German goalkeeper who went to the WWE?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen
That
him.
was some,
I
that
forget
was
what
some
his name is.
top class
Yeah,
stuff.
he went from like footballer size. Where was he? Was he at Dortmund?
Yeah, and he wasn't a mess around. I mean, he's a Bundesliga. He was one of the big clubs. Could have been a Stuttgart
Yeah,
or
no,
Bayer
he
Leverkusen, that sort of level.
Yeah, went to WWE.
Yeah.
He's in goal, obviously, and he can just stand there in the futsal goals, and it's all good from there. So,
Team Visa.
Team Visa.
Yes, you got juice.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, he went,
He's not Fernando Torres diet there.
no, he went proper. No, he did his thing.
Just need to put him in purple board shorts and paint him green as the Hulk, bro.
He did his thing. So shout out. Totally with you on the amateur stuff. Senzo, what else you got for us, Paul?
Yes, Jimmy Butler going to the NBA. Jimmy Butler signed a max extension to stay with Miami Heat. So he signed a 4-year extension with $184 million.
Okay, I have questions there. 4 years. How long?
180.
184.
Okay. Now what you've got to ask yourself is Tyler Hero as good as you thought he was? Or was it just a bubble magic?
I don't know, bro.
Because when you give Jimmy Butler that amount of money, and listen, they are a well-run organization, is what you're saying is you're now committing to a guy who is combustible. Because everything I've been reading this season is he is not happy with Tyler Hero. What it tells me is you're moving.
But Tyler Hero's out hanging out with rappers and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, is because Jimmy Butler's from that old
Hey, bro,
school
but
mentality.
also because Jimmy Butler's life, the trajectory of his life. I mean, he came here to win. What he had to go through to get to where he is. I don't blame him for saying, guys, it's either he all in or not. Because you know the story of Jimmy Butler. His mom kind of like
Left
told
him
him
on
at
a cement
13.
block,
On 13, he's like, listen, you can't come back here at home, and like
So, but his intensity has upset everyone in Minnesota. Plus, with those two yuppies, I mean, Joel Embiid is maybe the least serious sportsman of all time.
Yeah.
Got a dad belly, and you're playing. You're supposed
Ben
to be
Simmons doesn't want
and
to work
Ben
on his
Simmons
shooting.
Still can't. So that was never going to work. Is now what you're telling me is Tyler Hero's out. He better know that, because nobody commits 180 in a salary cap league to a guy when we're not going that direction. And if he's not happy, certain people, you can't get them back from unhappy to happy. And that I know that personality type, right? Once he goes, Tyler Hero's out. Tyler Hero is gone.
Yeah, want to go hang out with rappers.
And what does that mean? You can't get another superstar down there. Who wants to play with Jimmy Butler? I like him.
No,
I
you
like
can.
him. But
You
the
can, but
intensity-
Miami's easy to sell though. You know, great weather. You know, decent franchise though.
Listen, the players now like it soft. Jimmy Butler's not giving you a free ride. It's Instagram guys now. Jimmy Butler's from that
Yeah,
Michael
that's true,
Jordan.
though.
Like, who's your guy? Kevin Durant doesn't want to go that. He doesn't want any of that. As soon as Draymond pushed back on him, what did Kevin Durant do?
I'm out.
What?
I'm out.
And if you think Draymond's a hard time,
Yeah, geez, Jimmy Butler is something else.
so that's Miami dead for the next.
You think so?
Nobody wants to play with that guy. No, I love Jimmy Butler, but these soft ass kids now, Devin Booker, who would want to go there? Name a superstar who wants that kind of maintenance. Because the problem is you've already paid all of them. Think of the James Harden. You paid him.
Yeah, true.
What? I must go there and he must push me.
I'm an MVP winner.
Who? Think of the guys that take Miami even into the conversation. Kevin Durant.
He just committed to Brooklyn, so he's out the.
Paulo, you're in this NBA game. Yeah, you see yourself there.
Nemes Kita, the first Portuguese player in the NBA, did a slam dunk yesterday.
All right.
So big
All right.
news.
Shout out to him.
Big news. Did a slam dunk in a summer tournament game.
Okay. First Portuguese guy.
Summer tournament there.
How do you say summer in Portuguese?
Verão.
Varau. So he.
Summer
the
league,
Varau.
ah.
So
Summer-
he did a slam dunk.
In
Yeah.
the summer league.
Somebody gave him an alley-oop
Yeah.
and he did a slam dunk.
In the summer league though.
Like that. That's dad talk.
In summer league though.
That's dad talk. A little.
Slam. Can you slam dunk?
I can't. Not me.
Can you slam dunk
summer
in,
league.
Not even in autumn.
Yeah.
Brixton League? No.
Alright. True that. True that.
I can't slam dunk in autumn. Forget about
True
summer.
that. But like, I don't know, man.
No, it's over, dude. Listen.
But
Okay.
he did single-handedly take them to the NBA Finals by himself.
No, but you couldn't answer my question just now. I said it was Tyler. That's because Tyler Hero did. You know what? Tyler Hero's so young. He was at Disneyland living his best life. LeBron
Yeah.
wanted to be at home. All the grown-ass men wanted to be at home.
So they're like, let's end this thing
Like,
quickly.
why am I here at my kids' hangout place? Tyler Hero's like, I'm in my place. Mickey Mouse, I saw him.
Yeah.
I think that was just bubble magic. Now we for real. You're traveling. It's hard. You're on a plane. You're away from mum and dad. You don't have Mickey Mouse. Tyler Hero's showing you what he is. Jimmy Butler, every report saying. So no, dude, they're not getting players. Well, what else we got there?
Sorry, do you think LeBron can go to Disneyland now?
LeBron's the people's champ. He's been.
No, but I mean, he's like in Space Jam, so he's like very much into Warner Brothers.
I see what you're saying.
He's like locked into them.
I'm with you. Like,
Can he go now? You can't have LeBron slam dunking with Bugs Bunny and then hanging around with Mickey Mouse.
that's just not good business.
You say conflict of interest.
Yeah,
I just got to ask.
no,
It's a-
uninterrupted won't have it. No, look, it'll happen. No pictures. Yeah,
True.
No, LeBron
they'll
has that.
open
power.
up Disneyland just for him.
Listen, was it Kevin Hart who said he went with Mackay Pfeiffer, and that's when he realized that he doesn't have that kind of money?
No, he's saying he said he was hanging out with Dwayne Wade. He said Dwayne
No,
Wade.
no. Different. That was a different thing. Where
Oh.
he said no. He said I went with Mackay Pfeiffer, and they got to Disneyland or Disney World or whatever in Orlando there, and he said, Mackay, where's the people? He said, no. I've closed the park down. It's just you and me. And that's when Kevin Hart said, oh, I don't have that kind of money. That's the only way LeBron goes.
Yeah, but
Is,
LeBron can do that for.
Hey, shut it all down. No pictures. Turn the drones off, and we do this thing.
We hoop.
We
These
do
are the
this.
real sports questions.
Yeah, these are.
These
This is big time sports journalism.
big
Absolutely.
NBA
This
stuff.
is why we have
NBA corner.
What else you got?
And then I've got a Sports Insider just looking at the Olympics and people who broke records, so or like world records or Olympic records. So, you know the girl, the lady from Venezuela, Yulma Rojas, she broke the long jump record.
Okay.
That stood since 1995.
Yeah.
And she obliterated it. So yeah, she jumped 1567, and the previous record was 1550.
Long jump, 15 meters.
15 meters.
She can jump across a road.
Yeah.
She can jump across.
She could jump across the studio.
Oh, easily.
Hey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
And the crazy thing is that this chick she didn't use the whole board. Like
So-
she was quite off the board by a bit. So imagine if she
15 meters is the size of people's gardens in plush northern suburbs.
yeah,
of
she's
home.
definitely jumping way across this room.
No, this is like
Yeah.
this is nowhere near 15 meters. 15 meters.
15 meters.
That's a springbuck.
She broke a record that was 26 years old.
That is outrageous.
And she made it look so easy.
She deserves all of the money.
Because the funny thing is, her first jump was an Olympic record, her
Yeah.
last jump was a world record.
So you
So
might.
bam, bam.
Hey, you know what she'll get in Venezuela?
Tell us.
Probably $100,000.
Oh, okay, not like our
Tatiana
guys.
Scornmacher, you did the same.
No,
thing.
no, no. Venezuela are in a lot of problems.
Oh, so they
I doubt
passed
they.
it broke.
I think they might
What are
also
you,
not
she's getting
get
a gun.
No,
that. Can't even afford guns
do
there.
it.
A wire
they're
hanger.
going
You
through
know when
some
you used
stuff.
to make a gun out of a wire hanger, she'll get that.
Yeah. Oh, Venezuela going through some stuff.
Speaking of world records as well, another world record that was broken. Noise Carstens Varum. He was surprised that he did that. So on 3rd of August, just a month after breaking a 29-year-old record in the 400-meter hurdles, he ran that in 46 seconds and 46.7 seconds. Then in the Olympics, he ran the event in 45.94. So he obliterated his record.
Is that hurdles or is it?
Hurdles, 400-meter hurdles. Have you seen the Norwegian dude? Carsten Varum.
I've seen it.
But he always looks surprised.
Yeah, like he's so brilliant. That's a good life to have
Yeah.
because the worst thing in life that can happen to you is getting what you want. For him, he's so brilliant that there's always going to be new stuff. Life sucks when you've done it all.
But dude, you broke a 29-year-old record 3 months before, and then now you almost smashed it by a second.
Greatness.
Was he wearing those Nike spikes?
Yeah, that's it with the metal plate. We need to investigate that.
Oh, you guys,
that Kipchoge had in the.
Are you guys crying that?
No, well, where else?
Spikes or
That's
not?
my
Spikes or
question.
not? But guys, that's the come on.
You got to ask the big
Gotta
question.
ask the
No, but
question.
spikes or not? Come on, that's impressive.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I listen. The Olympians, 45.
Yeah, and then speaking of records, guys, our girl, man, our girl, Tatiana Scornmacher, set the first individual swimming world record of the Tokyo Olympics in the women's 200 meters breaststroke.
She needs to go to. I've thought about it. Australia is her place. Australia's her
No,
place.
no, no,
Things
no,
don't
no.
change too much. They'll pay her.
What, then you
She'll
tell her
get-
to live in Perth?
I don't care where she lives because they'll take her seriously. Have you seen the ladies? You know what it is, especially with those Australian ladies swimming teams.
Yeah,
That's
actually.
the-
Oh, that takes it into the stratosphere.
Iron sharpens iron. She can't be here and she's driving to practice and she hurts her shoulder because a pothole. No! Go to Australia and she's one person. I don't feel bad. Go and do your thing, my sister. Because you've given us everything and we will give you nothing. Sorry. You know what? The reality is Tatiana Scornmacher is in the epitome of an abusive relationship right now. She's giving everything to South Africa, right? Everything. And we give her diddly squat. I'm into taking people seriously. She takes herself seriously. South Africa is not a serious place.
To be fair, man, she's getting Veldskoen. She's getting Veldskoen and all the Mr. Price she can wear.
Scornmacher.
I hadn't thought about
Scornmacher.
Scornmacher.
Veldskoen marker.
It sells itself.
It's done.
How will Veldskoen works?
Timestamp that, because if anyone, I swear, if I see that anywhere, you're getting a lawyer thing from me.
Actually,
You'll get an official lawyer thing. Timestamp that, whatever.
It's made for the Veldskoen. Oh my god. What we got next? Let's just leave it at that. Paolo will timestamp that.
I'm gonna timestamp. I'm start drafting my letter here.
Oh, another hurdling record. Team USA Sydney McLaughlin beat her own world record from the US Olympic time trials in the women's 400 meter hurdles. There's something about hurdles.
McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Is that Sarah McLaughlin? Who's the famous McLaughlin, huh?
really good.
So
Yeah.
shout out to the McLaughlin tribe.
At
Very
the
Irish.
she ran 51.46. But like you see, actually, coming back to that in 400 meters, you're right. There must be an investigation because people are breaking world records before the Olympics
Yeah.
and now again in the Olympics in the finals
No fans.
in the same event.
Yeah.
There's something cooking at that.
So, I'm an idiot. But throughout all the course of time,
Yeah.
the hurdles have been the same height.
Yes.
Yes,
People get taller.
They do.
We've grown. As humans, we've grown taller.
we've gone faster.
do you not think it's time to lift the hurdles up?
That's
they're
not
breaking
a
the
bad
record-
shout.
Actually.
Because it's the same thing as goalkeepers and goals. Goals have stayed the same size. Goalkeepers have gotten bigger.
Yeah, it's true.
So hurdles, if they're the same size, people are getting taller. We know this.
And remember, in athletics, the biggest difference is the quality of the tartan has gotten so much better that spikes and tartan, you probably shave a second off. I mean, they're not less brilliant, but it's the truth. Hey, shout out to that. I'm totally.
I'm always thinking.
Paolo,
I can't slam dunk, but I'm always thinking.
Yeah. You wouldn't be the first Portuguese guy, in case you haven't heard, to slam dunk in summer in America.
Also, speaking of sports that you don't really care about, but this is impressive though. Poland's Aleksandra Miroslaw broke the women's speed climbing world record. She climbed 15 meters. Guess in what time?
So I know this sort of thing, right? Because it happened to me in real life. So out in Randburg, no, I didn't climb a wall. Out in Randburg, there's a place called City Rock, which is climbing. Well, that's okay, right? So the guy was telling me that it could have been 3, but I know it's definitely 2 of the people who trained there and climbed from that club went to the Olympics. So he looks at the wall, that 15-meter wall, and that's all Olympic standard what they're climbing. He says, how long? He said, she didn't break a world record. She was under the world record. So just before the World Cup, the Olympics, they set the world record.
Yeah.
So I look at that thing, that's 15 meters climbing, right?
Yeah.
So I say, wow, maybe 20 seconds. He goes, the world record is 5-point-something seconds.
That's for men.
That's for men.
What?
What do you think this?
We're talking 15 meters.
15 meters.
So for women, what? 6.2 seconds.
6.84 seconds.
15 meters.
You're throwing yourself up this thing. You're just throwing yourself up. You're not tied. You're not like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're tied, but
Yeah.
you're just throwing yourself up this thing.
Phenomenal technique.
It is bonkers stuff.
I'm not softening though. I have to say this: climbing shouldn't be in the Olympics. I like, you know, like it's fun. It's fun for hang out with my cousin on a wall. It's climbing, surfing. But shout out that that's freakish. That's a lizard. That's not.
No,
this.
it is mad. That is when you see them do it,
No, it's mental.
and when you're aware of what they're climbing, you're wow, that's crazy stuff.
No, the athletic feat is. I mean, again, I'm not into inclusivity because what it leads to, again, tiddlywinks is next. Leave it at City Rock. Well, we go.
Break dancing is going to be in the next Olympics.
It's not.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, I just
no.
No.
I refuse to accept that.
No.
In Paris 2024,
No,
It had to be in Paris.
break dancing.
breaking. They're not going to call it break dancing. Breaking is going to be in the
Breaking.
Is that a joke?
That's a true story. You can Google that on your machine there.
But why not? Because surfing's in. Like, it's not.
And the
more ridiculous
surfing in the next Olympics isn't even in Paris. They're going to be doing it in Hawaii. But anyway, that's another story.
What?
So skateboarding's being like they're adding other events to it, and breaking is an Olympic sport.
Breaking.
Pop and lock, guys. Get your pop and lock. I think I'm
sick.
going for it. I'm going for it.
I feel sick. I
no,
told you this would happen. I feel sick.
No, because the kids in the gram are
I hate
watching,
it.
guys.
I feel
It's
TikTok.
exactly what you
They're
said.
turning it into TikTok.
They're turning the next Olympic deal, the broadcast deal, which the Olympic broadcast, whoever did that, what a nightmare. Imagine paying billions for a sporting event and no one can ever tell you when anything's on.
No. Listen, we're done because.
Watch.
No.
They're gonna put cricket in.
No.
And they're gonna make it 5. They're gonna make it
I'm done.
5 overs per team. Watch.
Breakdancing.
Mark my word.
Listen, in the area I live in, I don't want breakdancing in my neighborhood. Forget about the Olympics.
Get off the grass.
If you want to be cool somewhere else. Anyway, gentlemen, today's been great. Breakdancing. I feel
They're
ill.
calling it breaking.
Nah, it's sickening. It is the worst thing I've ever. I'm done. This show is done. We will no longer discuss breakdancing being taken seriously. I don't care if you're cool. The Olympics not
You're so angry about breaking, you're not even going to give us a chance to talk about our fantasy league team.
No.
And how I'm going to cream you guys this year.
I absolutely hate it. Listen, we got fantasy, but we're out of time. We'll have to do it on Friday. You know what I'm saying?
I blame breaking. I blame Neymar. And guess what? Blame Pogba as well.
Soon and Paolo will find a way. Sends good stuff, Paolo.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I am MKT. Remember, the podcast is available on cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, or wherever you get your podcast. It is the MKT Show. For today on this Tuesday, we are the hell.